had a fairly long paper on the grammatical traditions of Tamil and Sanskrit, or Sanskrit and Tamil, but I've cut it short at the request of the organizers. So I'll be talking not about the grammatical commentaries, but only about theory of case and Tolkappiyam. Lakshya Lakshane Vyakaranam. Any grammar has to have a competency and a descriptive adequacy. It has to provide for rules, exceptions, and exceptions to the exceptions or counter-exceptions. This is what is known as Udaharana and Pratyudaharana. Coming to the theory of case in Tolkappiyam, generally cases can be treated from two aspects, morphological and syntactic. Though both aspects deal with the same grammatical category, the functional and generative aspects of the two said methodologies differ in their emphasis on scope of examination. The morphological aspect of case theory involves emphasis on inflection. These inflectional increments are chariai and morphophonemic influences sandhi as in declensional processes. On the other hand, syntactic representations of case theory involve a studied approach of karaka relations. I have here a set of slides based on the vetrimize, the type of vetrimize corresponding to the cases, but I cannot go through them. I'm only reading the first vetrimize or the vetrimize ELs. The list of vetrimize uruvugal. They are, the first vetrimize is pair vetrimize. This pair vetrimize is used to denote the doer or the subject of the active verb. P.S.S. Sastri argues that the nominative case is used to denote eluvai and that the effect there is no suffix for the nominative case is easily inferred from the two rules in Tolkappiyam Solladhigaram 6 and Tolkappiyam Solladhigaram 11, which deal with the names of cases and case suffixes. Then you have I vetrimize. Then you have Odu vetrimize, which I will be talking about a lot in universality. And then Ku vetrimize. Yes. And then In vetrimize, the fifth. And then Adu vetrimize, the sixth case. And then Kan vetrimize, the seventh case. The use of case affixes. Tolkappiyar insists that to expatiate the meanings of the cases mentioned above all the words which are synonymous with the words found in the collection at the end in Sutras 72, 74, 76, 78, 80 and 82. And he has added to the list of words found in each of them. So, now coming to syntax of that, that's so far as the vetrimize cases are concerned. That is it. I add a thank you there itself. But now coming to syntax of cases or karaka and vibhakti as well as vetrimize. Both karaka and vibhakti taken together represent the syntactico-semantic relation present in a sentence. Karaka is defined as the relation between a noun and a verb. How this relation is contentious. This eternal relation is expressed in Panini's system by 6 karakas. The apadana, sampradana, karana, karma, adhikarana and kartra. How are these relations of karaka related to vibhakti? The underlying semantic structure is the karaka, which through the representative or respective vibhaktis are highlighted in a sentence. Thus the apadana is expressed through the panchami, sampradana through chaturthi, karana through tritiya, karma through dvitiya, adhikarana through saptami. One of the strengths of the Sanskrit grammatical tradition is the fact descriptive adequacy of Panini's system. It will be worthwhile to consider a few examples from this viewpoint. Apadana karaka expressed through Panchami as Gramat Agachati. The Mahabhashya discusses the problem of accepting Apadana status in the following example. 1b. Gramasya Samipat Agachati. 1b. The Apadana designation cannot apply to grammar. Similarly, the postpositional suffix irindu expresses a karaka relation in Tamil. Oorilindu vandan, he came from the town. Pakkattu oorilindu vandan, he came from the neighboring town. The two sentences show the difference between the category that gets the sense of the ablative conveyed by the marker irundu. One is a true apadana relation with respect to the town, while the other is not. The meanings of 1a and 2a is clearly due to the operation of vibhakti in these sentences. Such use of vibhakti, which thereby reflects the underlying karaka relation, can be extended to other vibhaktis as well. Some problems in universality. Although karaka and vibhakti treated together as a case of syntax is universal to all languages, there are exceptions to some instances in certain languages. Instead of going through what I'm reading, I'll just explain it. Shashti, for example, is not considered a karaka in Sanskrit, whereas Shashti in Tamil is accepted as a Vetramai. They don't distinguish between karaka and vibhakti as such, but Vetramai in Shashti is accepted. Then 2. Among other problems include the topic of the instrumental in Tamil. Although the third Vetramai is said to be Odu, there is no complete explanation for the al suffix in true passive form. Is there a Kartari Tritiya or not? Caldwell points out that the passive form is alien to the Dravidian group of languages and its use is really a result of the foreigners to Tamil. It is due to such conceptions from other languages that there exists a clear passive form for every nominal sentence. He points out that this is not the case at all and that the use of forms like padu is highly artificial in the Tamil language. We wish to present here examples from modern Tamil that supports the presence of passive forms in the use of the language. For example, Naan kannai vizhithen, I opened my eyes. Kan ennal vizhikkappattathu, eyes were opened by me is not possible. Kodandraman also shows the absence of passivization in certain sentences. Naan thookam thoongineen, Naan avan varuvadai paarthen. Contrast this to the Sanskritic examples. Aham tam pashyami, saha maya drishyate. Also, Kodandraman shows that the instrumental suffix al in Tamil is homonymous with the causal affix. The instrumental al can be replaced by kundu, whereas the other cannot. Avan vaalal vettinan, vaal kondu vettinan. He cut with a sickle, he cut with the help of a sickle. He points out that vaalal vettinan can be nominalized as avan vettina vaal. On the other hand, avan kannal kannanal vandan cannot be nominalized as avan vanda kannan. Adu solla mudiyadhu. The one is instrumental, the other is causal. Thus, passivization in Tamil seen in certain instances points to the presence of Kattari Tritiya and Hethal Tritiya in certain instances, even in a Dravidian language that is widely acknowledged to lack a true passive form. One would like to point out here that Panini's system is one of a high degree of adequacy. Hence, almost all grammatical transformations are found to exist within Panini's system for Sanskrit. In respect of this particular instance of passivization, the universality of a true transformation is seen to be missing due to the nature of the language itself. However, it will be appropriate to point out that almost all technical literature in Tamil employ the passive, although it is considered a highly inelegant way of expressing oneself both in the spoken and written styles. Padungra and the formation, the suffix, is found very frequently in mass media and technical literature, even in the newspapers. Universality. Despite certain differences in the case of syntax in Tamil and Sanskrit, it would be no exaggeration to state that Panini and his commentators provide for a complete universal system of grammar in the Karaka theory. Points of differences are natural and we should not resist it as it adds to the depth and uniqueness of a particular language. With respect to even the problem of the passive, Meenakshi brings out clearly the presence of the passive in Tamil. We cannot adduce from our data that these passive forms are true representatives of the native language, but we can take here the exemplification of the passive by Meenakshi. The author makes some pertinent points. Odu Vetramai, the third case, denotes Vinay Mudal, agent, and Karuvi, instrument. Kodiyodu Todakkuntan, agent. He got entangled with the creeper. Usiyodu Kuittirinda Tusum Pattum, instrument. Cotton and silk stitched together with needle. The suffix an is also mentioned as a suffix in Eluthadigaram 113 and Solladigaram 108. According to Meenakshi, Vinay Mudal agent refers to passive construction in the surface structure. The third case occurs as the subject of the sentence in the deep level as Agatyan Tamil Uraithan. In Sanskrit, Agastya Vyakaranam Proktavan. Agastya described Tamil. Agatyanal Tamil Ureikkapattadu. Tamil was described by Agastya. This is acceptable. Agastyena Vyakaranam Proktam. Agatyanal in the passive sentence occurs as Agatyan in first case, which is the subject of the sentence in the active construction. Ode case occurring as an instrument remains the same in both surface structure and deep structure. Thus, Tolkapya covers both case relations, agent and instrument, by mentioning them as Vinay Mudal and Karuvi separately. Here he points out a Karaka relation. This example from Meenakshi's work proves that the passive formation is very much in use in Tamil language. Although Caldwell points out to a lack of passive in Tamil and the rarity of finding formations with padu in the literature and usage of his times, current usage in mass media and technical literature supports the evidence that passivization has very much come into use in modern Tamil. From the illustrations provided by Meenakshi and Kodan Brahman, it is clear that Kartari Tritiya, Karana Tritiya and Hetau Tritiya are found in use in Tamil. Such categories as Karma Karaka are also present. This can be extended to other Karaka relations as well. I'll stop here.
Thank you. Nice paper. காலேஜிலலாம் பசங்க வியாக்கரண பேப்பர் எழுதி கொடுத்தாச்சு பெருமூச்சு விடுவாங்க. மேடம் இப்போ போய் நல்லா பெருமூச்சு விடலாம். வேகமான நம்ம சம்ஸ்கிருத அண்ட் சான்ஸ்கிரிட் அண்ட் தமிழ் கிராமட்டிக்கல் ட்ரெடிஷன் ரொம்ப வேகமாக ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக வந்திருக்கு. தேங்க்யூ மேடம், தேங்க்யூ.